Thank you everyone for coming today. For those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Kelsey Chapman, the lead research fellow of the Dignity Project as part of the Inclusive Futures program. Part of today is to start to shape an agenda, whatever that might look like, to influence the focus of future disability research in Queensland and start to prioritize the research that's going to have maximum impact. And really it's about moving from DRC and NDIS recommendations to start to build those evidence-based solutions and how we as a research community can support that.
Often, to gain the greatest coverage of data, we need to call on citizen scientists.
The final problem that I see is really important is that we don't even know what to implement and scale up because we don't have a really strong evidence base for what works and why it works. So we do need a lot more work in that space.
The evidence base that we need needs to be intersectional in terms of disability and reflective of the very broad disability spectrum that we have, that is a reality and that exists, and that far too often I think the discourse really only highlights or spotlights a very certain part of that spectrum and doesn't even do that justice.
For me, from a policy perspective, is reframing the relationship that we have with people with disability, people with lived experience of disability in the disability sector. So this is something that we have not historically done very well.
And so when I think about coming together today, I'm thinking, well, what are some of those things that are real priorities? Like if we get attitudes towards people with disability, if we improve those, will that lead to the greatest gain most quickly and have the biggest carryover effect?
I think the key problem that we have in education is that people project their experience onto the immediate tasks in front of them, which means that if teachers, and I'm saying academics, higher ed academics, many academics have been exposed to people with disability or people from diverse backgrounds, and so they often teach the way they were taught or have a very fundamental worldview of teaching.
There are groups of people that are just being missed. You know, I go into an ED, people assume that I'm perfectly okay because I'm not in a chair or I'm not externally, I don't look disabled. It's that whole assumptions being made, and again coming back to not asking the questions.
The organisations are still struggling with workplace accommodations, particularly when those accommodations are not tangible physical accommodations, you know, the stereotypical ramps, doorways, etc. When it's cognitive and sensory accommodations, a lot of organisations struggle.